Harley-Davidson is dying, not slowly, not hypothetically, right now, in 2025. Sales are collapsing, revenue is cratering, dealers are closing, customers are walking away, and the company is bleeding cash faster than it can cut costs. This isn't opinion. This isn't speculation. This is documented fact. Numbers don't lie, financial reports don't lie, and the numbers are catastrophic. Today I'm presenting the evidence, the proof that Harley-Davidson is in terminal decline. And unless something radical changes, the company won't survive the decade. Let's expose the truth. Let's start with the most obvious evidence. Harley sales are in free fall. Second quarter 2025, revenue down 19% year over year, $1.01 billion compared to $1.26 billion in Q2 2024. That's not a dip. That's not a correction. That's a collapse. Global retail sales down 15%, North America down 13% in Q4 2024, down 24% in Q1 2025. The home market is abandoning them. International sales, 40% decline in Q2. Harley's global footprint is evaporating. Unit sales down 17% in 2024. Only 148,000 motorcycles sold globally. Peak years? 250,000 plus. They've lost 40% of their volume. And 2025 is worse. Sales down 23% through the first half. If this pace continues, they'll sell less than 120,000 bikes this year. That's not a business in decline. That's a business in collapse. Sales are down, but losses are worse. First half of 2025, Harley lost between $130 million and $175 million in 6 months. Fourth quarter 2024, revenue down 60%. 60%. One quarter wiped out 2/3 of their revenue. Operating losses piling up, cash burn accelerating, and Wall Street is noticing. The company suspended financial guidance. That means Harley's executives have no idea what's coming next, or they know it's so bad they don't want to commit publicly. When a company stops giving guidance, it's a red flag. It means they've lost control, and they're hoping things stabilize before investors panic. But things aren't stabilizing. They're getting worse. Want more proof? Look at dealer closures. 4 years ago, Harley had 700 dealerships in North America. Today, 600. 100 dealers closed, gone, permanently. These aren't small shops. These are established dealerships, some over 100 years old. San Francisco, New York City, Colorado, Wisconsin, Florida, Illinois, Pennsylvania, major markets losing Harley representation. Why? Because dealers aren't making money. Inventory costs are crushing them. $25,000 to $40,000 per month just in interest on unsold bikes. Dealers are drowning in inventory they can't move. Harley corporate isn't helping. They're undercutting dealer prices online, forcing dealers to compete with the manufacturer. That's insane. And when dealers complain, Harley ignores them, because Harley needs cash, and selling direct makes more money than supporting dealers, so dealers close. And when dealers close, customers have nowhere to buy. And when customers can't buy, sales collapse further. It's a death spiral. Harley's customer base is dying, literally. Average Harley buyer is 55 years old, and that age is rising. Every year, the average gets older, because young riders aren't buying. Why? Millennials and Gen Z can't afford $30,000 motorcycles. Student loans, low wages, high rent, they're financially underwater. 30 grand for a toy? Impossible. And even if they could afford it, they don't want Harleys. They see them as old man bikes, boomer toys, uncool, outdated. Young riders want sport bikes, adventure bikes, metric cruisers, anything except Harleys. So Harley's customer base is boomers, wealthy retirees, people in their 60s and 70s, and they're aging out, selling bikes, dying, not being replaced. In 10 years, Harley's core customer base will be dead, and there's nobody coming behind them. That's not a sustainable business. That's demographic extinction. Harley priced themselves out of the market. Street Glide Special, $31,000. Road Glide Ultra, $36,000. CVO models, $50,000. $50,000 for a motorcycle. Who can afford that? Not young riders, not middle-class families, only wealthy retirees, and that market is tiny. Meanwhile, competitors offer better bikes for less money. Indian Challenger, $23,000. BMW R18, $27,000. Yamaha Star Venture, $26,000. Harleys cost 20 to 30% more than equivalent competitors. for worse technology, less performance, lower reliability. Why would anyone pay more for less? Brand loyalty, nostalgia, heritage, but brand loyalty only goes so far. When Harleys cost 10 grand more than better alternatives, customers walk. And they are walking. Sales prove it. Harley used to dominate American V-twin cruisers. Not anymore. Indian Motorcycle is stealing market share. Scout sales stable, Chief sales growing, Challenger eating into Harley touring bikes. BMW entered the cruiser market with the R18. And it's selling. In America, a German cruiser outselling American Harleys. That's embarrassing. Japanese manufacturers offer better value. Yamaha, Kawasaki, Honda, all building reliable, affordable cruisers. And buyers are choosing them over Harleys. Even Royal Enfield is eating Harley's lunch. Entry-level bikes under 10 grand, retro styling, huge sales growth, capturing the young riders Harley desperately needs. Harley's market share is shrinking. Competitors are growing, and Harley has no answer. Every new Harley initiative fails. Livewire electric motorcycle, total disaster. Only 33 bikes sold in Q1 2025. 33. The company lost $20 million in 1 quarter on electric bikes. Pan America Adventure Bike. Sales terrible. Can't compete with BMW, Triumph. KTM. Dealers offering huge discounts to move inventory. Sportster S Identity Crisis Bike. Not a cruiser, not a sport bike. Confused styling, poor sales. Street 500 and 750. Budget bikes launched years ago, failed, discontinued, terrible quality. Nobody wanted them. The Chinese Sprint, $6,000 entry bike built by Tianjiang. Harley fans furious. Quality issues, sales abysmal. Every attempt to expand beyond traditional Harleys fails. The company has no idea how to innovate. Harley quality is terrible and getting worse. Milwaukee 8 engines, 2017 through 2019. Oil sumping problems, overheating, lifter failures, catastrophic reliability issues. Harley never issued a recall, just quietly fixed it in 2020. Softail recall. 82,000 bikes recalled in 2025. Rear shock mounting tab brakes, tire damage, blowout risk, deadly defect. Took Harley years to admit the problem, build quality declining. Forums full of complaints, electrical failures, leaks, fit and finish issues, paint defects. Customers are noticing. Reliability surveys rank Harley near the bottom. Japanese bikes dominate reliability rankings. Harley's reputation is collapsing, and when quality suffers, customer loyalty dies. People stop buying, word spreads, brand equity evaporates. Harley's making desperate moves to raise cash. June 2025. Harley sold $5 billion in loans, sold nearly 10% of Harley Financial Services. Why? They needed $1.25 billion in cash immediately. That's not normal. That's panic. When a company liquidates assets for emergency cash, they're in trouble. Suspended dividends, cut costs, layoffs, factory slowdowns, all signs of financial distress, and Wall Street knows it. Stock price volatile, analyst downgrades, bearish sentiment everywhere. Companies don't sell off core assets unless they're desperate. Harley is desperate. Harley's international business is dead. European Union. Retaliatory tariffs on American motorcycles. Harleys cost 30 to 40% more in Europe now. Sales collapsed. Dealers closing across Europe. Asia, minimal presence. Can't compete with local manufacturers. High prices. Poor brand recognition outside America. Latin America. Struggling. Tariffs. Economic instability. Weak demand. Harley's global footprint is shrinking to just North America, and even North America is rejecting them. A global brand can't survive on one market, especially when that market is in decline. The worst part? Harley has no plan. New CEO Artie Starrs took over October 1st, 2025. He has zero motorcycle experience. He came from Topgolf. Topgolf. His strategy? Unknown. His vision? Unclear. His qualifications? Questionable. Harley's trying the Chinese Sprint, budget bikes to attract young riders. It's failing miserably. They're trying electric. Livewire is a disaster, losing millions. They're trying adventure bikes. Pan America isn't selling. Nothing works. Because Harley doesn't understand what went wrong. They think it's a product problem. It's not. It's a brand problem, a demographic problem, a pricing problem. And until they admit that, nothing will fix it. Here's how Harley dies. Sales drop, revenue falls, losses pile up, dealers close. Fewer dealers means fewer sales, which means more losses, which means more dealer closures. Meanwhile, customers age out. Young riders don't replace them. Customer base shrinks. Sales drop further. Competitors gain share. Harley loses relevance. Brand equity collapses. Nobody wants an outdated, overpriced bike from a dying company. Eventually, Harley can't sustain operations. Factories close. Layoffs accelerate. Stock crashes, bankruptcy looms. That's not hypothetical. That's the current trajectory. And there's no sign it's reversing. Can Harley-Davidson be saved? Maybe, but it would require radical action. Cut prices dramatically. Make Harleys affordable. Compete on value instead of heritage. Launch a true budget line. Sub-$15,000 bikes. Attract young riders. Build the next generation of customers. Fix quality. Stop cutting corners. Build reliable motorcycles that don't break. Invest in innovation. Build bikes people actually want. Not what Harley thinks they should want. Support dealers. Stop undercutting them. Rebuild the sales network. Admit the brand needs reinvention. Stop coasting on nostalgia. Create a new identity that appeals to modern riders. Will Harley do any of this? Probably not, because it requires admitting failure, accepting lower margins, sacrificing short-term profits for long-term survival, and corporations don't do that until it's too late. Harley-Davidson is dying. The proof is overwhelming: sales collapsing, revenue cratering, dealers closing, customers aging out, competition destroying them, quality declining, financial desperation, international collapse, no plan for survival. Every metric points to terminal decline. This isn't opinion, this is fact. Documented, proven, undeniable. Unless Harley makes radical changes immediately, the company won't survive. And based on current leadership and strategy, those changes aren't coming. Harley-Davidson is dying, and the proof is everywhere. Drop a comment. Do you think Harley survives, or is this the end? Let's hear your prediction. Subscribe for continued coverage of Harley's collapse. This channel documents the truth. No spin, no corporate propaganda, just facts. Harley-Davidson is dying, and we're watching it happen in real time.